Good morning, students. I am here, Mrs. Tanya, your English teacher, and here I am with Act 2, Scene 1, The Merchant of Venice. We have completed the portion of first unit test, so here I am going to start with the second act, that is of Act 2, Scene 1. And this is not a very big act or scene like it is, but Act 2 contains 9 scenes, as you should know, and we are starting with the first scene. Okay? Here, if you remember, in Act 1 Scene 2, I have told you when these all 6 suitors have gone, then who entered the scene, whom Portia welcomed, that was Prince of Morocco. He the picture what you can see, he is the Prince of Morocco. He is a black person, not very good in complexion. He is the Prince of Morocco who comes to Belmont in the room of Portia to see her, or you can say to try his luck or to try his choice. So he is the Prince of Morocco. Now let us start. Here two characters are there, Portia and Prince of Morocco. Now Morocco enters with the full sound and all. Portia and Nerissa all are there. Now Morocco, as by nature he used to boast of. He was a person full of attitude. So he used to boast of his nature. He said, "Mislike me not for my complexion." He said, "Don't dislike me because of my dark complexion. The shadowed livery of the burnished sun, to whom I am a neighbor and near bed," he said, "it has the dark color of those exposed to the hot sun, to whom I am a neighbor and a close relative." Why I am dark? Because I am close to the sun, I am exposed to the hot sun, and I am neighbor to it. "Bring me the fairest creature northward born, where Phoebus' fires cast thaws the icicles." Now he said, "Bring me the fairest man born in the north, where the sun rays can hardly reach, to melt the ice, and let us make an incision in our body for your love." Now he put a, what you can say, a condition that I am black. Why? Because I stay near to the sun. And if it is possible, bring the fairest one near to that place. Bring the fairest one near to that place, and we will make the incision for your love, and then we will make a decision. We will make that who loves you more. To prove whose blood is reddest, he said, we will prove whose blood is red, means more red, his or mine, that person or me. I tell thee, lady, this aspect of mine had feared the valiant. Now again boasting off. He said, "Lady, I will tell you, my this appearance has frightened the most courageous men." The courageous men, the brave men, they were frightened by my this appearance. "By my love, I swear, the best regarded virgins of our clime have loved it too." And said, "I swear that the noblest maidens, the young ladies, the maidens of my land have loved it. They have loved my appearance. I would not change this hue except to steal your thoughts, my gentle queen." And said, "I would not change my complexion except to win over your favor, my gentle queen." He said, "I would not change my complexion except to win over your favor. To win over your favor, except to that, otherwise I am not going to change my complexion, because I am proud of my complexion. Because of this complexion only the courageous men have fear for me, and the maidens, they fall in love for me." So Portia says, "In terms of choice, I am solely led." Portia says, "As regards to the choice, I am not entirely moved by the external appearance, by nice direction of a maiden's eyes, which attracts a young lady." He said, "My choice, it's not depends on me. I cannot choose the person of my own choice which attracts me. Besides, the lottery of my destiny bars me the right of voluntary choosing. But besides, the lottery designed by my father prevents me from choosing a man of my liking." But the casket system, what was designed by my father, that has been done. So I am prevented from choosing the person whom I like. "But if my father had not scanted me and hedged me by his wit to yield myself. His wife who wins me by that means I told you. Now what she says? But if my father had limited my freedom and bound me by this lottery which his wisdom has devised, stating that he said, my father has prevented me. If he would have not done so, if he would have given me little freedom, your self renowned prince then stood as fair as any comer I have looked on yet for my affection. Then, my dear prince, I would say that I must marry him, whoever wins me by the method I have told you. If not, famous prince, you would have had a fair chance as any other suitor I have seen so far. He said, because of my father, this casket system, I am prevented to choose the person of my own choice. Otherwise, you are the best person among all what I have seen, and I would have chosen you as my husband. So here this line, don't misunderstand that Portia said this out of the love for Prince of Morocco, but later on you will see, and the questions also come, that Portia did not say out of love but only to make Prince of Morocco happy, just to, like you can say, no, in a sarcastic way she said, if my father's this lottery system would not be there, I would have married you. But actually she would have never married Prince of Morocco. Okay, just to give it a, what you can say, peace to Prince of Morocco, to make him little happy, she said this, because it is easy to say because she is not compelled to do so, but she just said this word. Okay, next Prince of Morocco says, now Prince of Morocco speaks to Portia and he says, even for that I thank you. He said, oh, I thank you for, he was so happy. I was so excited. The beautiful lady told me if this casket system would not be there, I would have married you. So he was so happy. Therefore, I pray you lead me to the caskets to try my fortune. He said, so I request you, I pray to you, lead me to the casket room to see my luck, to try my fortune. By this scimitar that slew the Sophie and a Persian prince, that won 3 fields of Sultan Solomon. Now he said, I request you to lead me to the room, and I swear by this sword. Scimitar means the sword what he was carrying, with which I slew the Shah of Persia. Now see, again boasting off. He said, with this sword I have just slew off the Shah of Persia and a Persian prince, and whom he has done, a Persian prince that won 3 field of Sultan Solomon. And he said that Persian prince who had 3 battles against the Sultan of Turkey. Sultan Solomon is the Suleiman the Magnificent Turkish Sultan. And he said there was a war, and in 3 battles against the Sultan of Turkey there was a war, and he with this sword he has just beaten up, he has done the war with these great warrior, great powerful people. Then he said, I would oversteer the sternest eyes that look out brave the heart more daring on the earth. He said, I would definitely look into the most fierce eyes. I would challenge the most brave men on earth. I would challenge the most brave men on earth. Pluck the young sucking cup from the she bear. And he says, I would snatch away the young sucking cup from the mother bear. Ye mocked the lion when he rose for prey, and even challenge the hungry lion which is roaring for his prey. I will just snatch away the sucking cup from the mother bear. I will challenge the hungry lion, and then what he will do when he rose for prey to win the lady. Why he will do all these things? In order to win Portia. He said, in order to win you, I can do anything. I can do any kind of bravest thing which no one can do. But alas, the while, if Hercules and Lycas play at dice, which is the better man, the greater throw may turn by fortune from the weaker hand. He said, but if, alas means a kind of sad tone, exclamation. If the great Hercules and his servant Lycas play a game of dice, if that they are playing the play of dice to decide which is the better man, to decide who is better, Hercules or Lycas, the winning throw may come by chance. He said, which is better man, the greatest throw may turn by fortune from the weaker hand. He said, sometime what happened? The winning throw may come by chance from the hand of the weaker man. Sometime what happened? the weak person, the person who is weak, he win the game, and the person who is the winner of the game, he loses. He says sometime it happens. Means somewhere he is also thinking, maybe after this all thing I may lose also. Like he is a person, you can say, very much overconfident, boasting attitude one, but still he is saying there can be opposite, could be happen. So is Alcides beaten. He said, so in this way Hercules may be, Alcide again the name of Hercules, said, so if Hercules may be defeated by his servant, and so may I, blind fortune leading me, miss that which one unworthier may attain and die with grieving. He said, this way I also think that maybe this blind chance of to win, blind fortune, I may miss that which one is less worthy may win. In that case, I should die of sorrow. He said, if I am not worthy to win you, if I am an unworthier person, then definitely I will die with sorrow. I will die with sorrow because I am really in need. I am in love. I really want you as my wife. But if I am not going to get it, definitely I will die out of sorrow. So Portia says, you must take your chance and either not attempt to choose at all. Portia says, now it is up to you. You can take the chance, or if you wish, you can just deny it, or swear before you choose, or you have to swear, you have to take an oath before you choose. And if you choose wrong, never to speak to lady afterward in way of marriage, therefore be advised. So she said, if you are going to choose the wrong casket, then never again you are going to marry any lady. So think carefully before choosing the casket. Morocco said, nor will not come bring me unto my child. Morocco said, no, I will not. I am not going to deny. Lead me to the place that I may make my choice. Lead me to the place and I will try my luck. Portia, first forward to the temple. After dinner your hazard shall be made. He said, first, she said, come to the temple. After that have the dinner, and then you can go to the casket room, because Portia always take the suitors to the temple. There they take an oath. 3 oaths are there they have to take, and then only they have dinner, and then they go for the choice. So Morocco said, good fortune then to make me blessed or cursed among men. He said, may I have the good fortune. He just prayed, may I have a good fortune, and the choice will make me the most happy or the most cursed among men. He said, now the choice depends of the casket, whether I am the happiest person or I am the cursed person. Now it all depends on the casket one, whether what he is going to choose. I hope you understood.